Now, as soon as all of this blows over, we're all going to want to make the most of the great outdoors. But what about the podcasters? A handheld recorder is a staple bit of kit for any podcaster or broadcaster alike. And here at Podcast.co, we're huge fans of the Zoom H6. We've even reviewed it before on this channel. But what about its smaller, cheaper brother, Zoom H1n? Now, the H1n is the new and improved version of the H1, which was released all the way back in 2010. It was praised for its great sound quality in such a small and cheap device. And from what I could tell so far, the H1n is no different. The Zoom has a very subtle look. It's simple, slick, and matte black. I will, however, comment on the way it feels. The Zoom is made of plastic, and as a result, it's very light. There are of course positives and negatives of this, and I'm never going to complain that a handheld recorder is not heavy enough. However, I do feel it's lacking that sturdy and robustness that a build quality should probably have. The device is the perfect size just to throw in any bag or even your back pocket to take it out on the go. It also features a nicely sized LCD screen, which is bright enough to be shown even on the sunniest of days. So, how do I use it? Well, it's quite simple really. Stick in a couple of AAA batteries and a microSD card and you're pretty much good to go. At the top of the recorder you can see two microphones. Now, Zoom referred to these as X and Y microphones. The use of two unidirectional microphones positioned at 90 degrees allows the recorder to be more sensitive to sounds all around it. Here we have a nice and easy to use level controller. Simply switch the dial from 0 to 10 depending on how loud your speaker is speaking or how close they are to the recorder. If you want to hear the audio that you're recording as you record it, there's an option for that too. The Zoom H1n comes with a 3.5mm output jack, so you can simply plug in any standard pair of headphones and monitor the audio as you go. If for whatever reason you don't have any headphones with you, there is an option for a playback. You can simply play the audio back as soon as you've finished recording through the little speaker on the front. You can also connect a third-party external microphone to the Zoom H1n to really get the most that you can out of such a small device. Unfortunately, due to the size and price of this, you can only use a 3.5mm input jack for the microphone. So that means there's no option for a USB or an XLR input mic. So now let's give the Zoom H1n a test. So I'm going to be testing the Zoom H1n 3 times. Once using its inbuilt X and Y mics, once using an external shotgun microphone, and once using a Rode lavalier mic. So this is a test for the X and Y microphones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now what I will say is, although this does sound nice, the mics are extremely sensitive. And if you raise your voice just ever so slightly, your levels are off and your voice starts to clip straight away. So this is a test for the Rode VideoMic Go, which is a lightweight shotgun microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now in my opinion, it gives quite a nice crisp sounding voice. I mean, this Rode mic is actually a very cheap one. It's only actually about £60. And it's designed to go on top of a camera for sort of videography and that kind of thing. But as a quick demonstration for such a quick, cheap and easy setup, I think it gives a really nice crisp sound. So this is a test for the Rode lavalier microphone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, I think this gives a really clear sounding voice. It's very simple to use. One thing I will say is you can't just plug it in straight away. You need to use a small SC3 3.5mm adapter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So to conclude, the Zoom H1n is a nifty bit of kit. It's pocket-sized but full of power. Yes, it's lacking a bit of the build quality, but for the price, I do understand. It's small enough to be used as an external recorder, and the X and Y mic do a great job. But if you want to boost the sound quality, it is so easy to connect an external mic, or even a lav mic. Overall, it's small, it's cheap, and it's very handy. So what do you think? Will you be picking one up? Have you already got one? Share your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, and happy podcasting.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. My name is James and I set up Podcast.co for podcasters just like you. Now we offer industrial grade podcast hosting. You can check out our services over on Podcast.co. Just hit the sign up button. You can create a free account. You don't even need to enter your credit card information. You can import your podcast from another host. Maybe you're stuck with one of those nasty old school podcast hosts that's not giving you everything you need. Well, we've got one plan for every podcast, and we call it the Power Plan. It has unlimited episodes, unlimited listeners, plus a whole bunch of other awesome features. Go and check it out. Just head on to Podcast.co and click that sign up button.